Ooh, that's hot, but it's good. All right, guys, welcome back. Survival Living here. So, nuclear war and nuclear winter. Guys, every morning I get up, I go through all my feeds and kind of look at the other channels, what they're talking about, any news information that I may have missed in the wee hours. Canadian Prepper just came out with a video speaking about nuclear war, nuclear winter. And he had mentioned the comments that he sees of, well, if it's nuclear war, I'd rather die in the blast because this will happen and that will happen and blah, blah, blah. Because everybody's an expert that leaves comments. Yeah, now he didn't say that like that. I'm the one saying that part. But I did watch the video, and I do encourage you guys to watch this video. It's actually linked in the description and also in the comment section. So, nuclear war. I see it in my channel all the time. Well, when they pop off the nukes, all that prepping you're doing is going to be for nothing. I don't lay down and die. I don't. No matter what happens, I still get up and I still go at it. I don't just because overwhelming odds, I just give up. It's not ingrained in me. I am a fighter. I keep going. If you are a prepper, you should have that fighting instinct, that survival instinct in you. You don't lay down and die. I know there's going to be people mad. He discussed nuclear winter theory, and he stressed out the theory part. Because in his video, and again, guys, check it out. If you want to go ahead and check it out now, then come back here and hear my commentary on it. Please, go right ahead. I'm a big supporter of Canadian Prepper. The guy's got a lot of insight in things. He looks at things differently than most people. And that's why I like it, because I can follow what he's going after when he's doing a story on something. Nuclear winter theory is just that. It's a theory. It was based off of hacks, in my opinion. They were supposedly leading scientists and stuff like that during that time. I believe it was 1985. And they were basically using models that couldn't really predict anything. It's all theory. All right. Basically, the gist of it, nuclear war happens because nuclear bombs cause cities to burn and dust to go up in the atmosphere. It will block out the sun in the high atmosphere with dust and smoke for years. All right. The nuclear winter, you won't have things be able to grow, temperatures drop, basically humanity's screwed. Well, unfortunately, that's not accurate. Now, if you got hit by a nuclear blast and you're in a blast radius, yeah, your ass is gone. 97% of the time. I believe there's 2 people that their stories on that survived Nagasaki, I believe it was. You know, they dropped a bomb right there on them, and they were there. They lived for a while. Now, radiation poisoning from that will get you, absolutely. Nuclear fallout will get you, of course, but nuclear fallout also has a shelf life. All right, it has a life when it starts deleting itself out. It starts getting less effective, less effective. So unless you are in a blast radius or in the fallout windage, you're actually going to be fine, in my opinion. Do you need all of these things? Gas masks, filters, the beloved IOSAT tablets, the very expensive suits, nuclear biological suits. As a prepper, I try to prepare for everything as possible, which means appropriate gear. In a blast radius, this stuff here is not going to do me any good. It'll probably just melt on me. Dealing with fallout, moving from location to location, or I have to go through a contaminated area, yes, this equipment is very vital. Now this stuff here, guys, is from MIRA Saftey. We are affiliated with them. You don't have to buy through our links. There are a lot of channels that got affiliated with MIRA Saftey. They make all kind of nuclear, chemical, biological. They make all kind of great suits and equipment for you and your family. Check them out. If you use our links, of course, you help us out. But as long as you're getting the equipment, I don't care whose link you use. Now, one of the things I do want to discuss and cover is canned goods. I see the comments on my channel. It's just because people don't actually do any research. They just listen to another YouTuber or something else. They read an article somewhere and they run with the information. The comment is, it doesn't matter what you store in Mylar or canned goods. When a nuclear bomb happens, your food is now irradiated and you cannot eat it. That's not true. All right. Nuclear survival. If your food is sealed, like Mylar, if it is sealed in a can, radiation dust may fall on these things. These things can be washed off, opened, and you can eat the contents. Now, let me stress out. If it is found in a blast radius and you are scavenging, do not eat it, because the type of radiation in a blast radius will irradiate the food, whatever is in those containers. I'm talking about nuclear dust, nuclear fallout that has come to your area from a blast radius. That can be washed away. You do not want to go and get things out of a nuclear blast site. It's kind of like Chernobyl, as an example. People were sneaking into Chernobyl. They were removing items that was irradiated and putting them on the black market. People were getting sick. So that's an actual factual thing. It's because of the type of radiation has embedded it in that equipment, those items, compared to like fallout. So I want to stress that out. You can survive nuclear fallout. You got to be smart. You have to make plans. All right, you need to be able to seal up your home. I always say use those windage maps. You can get them online. You can use them online. They're interactive maps. And you can see your annual wind patterns. Now, get used to your area. Study it. How things are going on an annual basis. If something was to pop off to the west of you, how likelihood is it going to go in your direction due to the wind patterns? Or the east of you, north of you, do you have winds come down every year at this particular time? Something to look at. Being complete fearful of things is not prepping. You're fearful. All right. We prep because we see the threats. We try to prepare for the threats so we can take care of our family. You know, the panic buyers and stuff like that. Don't be that. Do I believe we're going to see a nuclear war? I do believe we will. All right. It might be a small exchange. It might be the dreaded MAD, mutual assistant destruction. Who knows? Couldn't tell you. I do know no matter what is thrown our way, I'm not going to lay down and just die. I'm not going to be one of those, oh, well, there's no point in it. Oh, and the other comments I have read, and I have actually got onto these people about this. If this happens, I will take my family out personally, my way. You're talking about murdering your own family because things are tough. Here's an excellent idea. Why don't you prepare your family? You know, quit going to Taco Bell, quit going to these places, you know, because the majority of the ones I see, well, I just don't have the money for it. Work an extra job like I do. Work multiple jobs. Whatever it is that you have to do. Is it uncomfortable? Does it suck? Yes, it does. But you're able to acquire food, acquire gear. You know what? I see it all the time. Well, must be nice having a YouTube channel and getting free stuff. It is. It really is. I can recommend something for you. I've done videos on trying to teach people how to create their own YouTube channel. Go for it. No one taught me how. I had to sit there and study and watch other creators on how they create. It took time. It's a source of income. Bingo. There you go. Maybe you get some free shit. Who knows? Alright guys, so make sure that you are also putting food back and supplies, just your basic prep and stuff. Alright, because we're seeing more and more with Iran, Israel, Hezbollah, Hamas, Syria. You know, I watched the Papa Report. He was discussing a new bill that they're trying to put in for war, basically, if anything happens to Israel, from my gist of understanding of that video. We're going back to war. We're going back to the Middle East. We are going back into the sandbox. I said we would. We are. They're just trying to make sure they got all the legality stuff took care of. We're going back. Now, the belief of many is that that is where a nuclear bomb will be used. There. Most of it's desert. It's not like major infrastructure is going to be damaged, because technically, I mean, it's not first world status places, all right? It's a possibility. My greatest concern is that as much stuff the United States has been doing as far as financial and providing weaponry, somebody's eventually going to slip something in our back door. It won't be battleship cruisers and aircraft coming from afar that we can see to attack America. I think something will slip in and explode. I worry about dirty bombs. I worry about nuclear. I shouldn't say worry. They're concerned. I prep. Should never say worry. But these are the threats that are most likely, I think, will happen. If a missile was carrying something, it would be off those K clubs. We discussed those many times. I do like how, you know, we've always talked about them shooting them off a barge. Man, you could put these things on a semi-truck. Photo there for you guys. I don't know when they started designing those. Very interesting. All right, guys. Appreciate you hanging out with me this morning. Hurricane update. We still don't know. As of right now, it looks like the track is still going into the Big Bend area. I am in the Panama City area. So, as of right now, I am on the west side of the storm, which is the better side of the storm. Less damage. But I got a lot of friends and family in other locations. And I do know that they are preparing. Because even though it's a Category 1 to a possible Category 2, when it hits landfall, the amount of rain is going to take things down. The big thing of that is it just takes forever to get power restored, water, all that stuff back in operation. It's another reason why we prep natural disasters. All right, guys. Speak to y'all later.